Hi, my name is Zach Carley. I'm our Director of Sports and Competition for Special Olympics Ohio. The purpose of this video today is to discuss some specifics as it relates to our 2025 state golf tournament at Raymond Memorial and Wilson Road golf courses in Columbus, Ohio. Starting off, I just wanted to cover some basic things that we will follow for all the competition this coming weekend. So the competition for singles and unified teams, it will be played under USGA rules. You must keep your own score and that of your playing partners who are assigned to the same hole and in your division. Please only use the official scorecard that is provided to you for scoring. You will receive this at check-in. Those are the only scorecards that should be turned in at the score table. If you choose to fill out one on your own for any notes or any other personal reasons, we do not want those turned in. Only the official scorecards that are given to you should be turned in. You and those playing the course with you will also need to attest to your score, and you'll be asked to attest to theirs. Any modifications to any of those USGA rules can be found in the Special Olympics Ohio Golf Rules Manual on SOOH.org. If a situation arises that you're unfamiliar with, you may seek a ruling from our officials. They may be contacted by a course volunteer who will be located throughout the course. We'll also be in some radio communication with our officials, and we'll have some staff around the courses as well. So if at any time you have any misunderstanding or need a clarification of a rule, we can get that solved in the quickest way possible by just getting in touch with our games management team. Please keep up your speed of play. You can be penalized for slow play, so please make sure that you are remaining on pace and keep moving throughout each session. You have 3 minutes to look for a lost ball before adding a penalty stroke and playing another ball from where you played your last shot. So we recommend that you play a provisional ball if you think your first ball is lost. So just be on the safe side. At the conclusion of your round, like I said, you want to make sure you check your scorecard. You're going to total it and you're going to sign it. You should have everyone that you play with should also plan to sign your scorecard, and you should plan to sign theirs. This includes singles golfers. Any other singles golfers you are playing that hole with or that round with, they will need to sign your card. You'll need to sign theirs. Caddies don't need to sign the cards, but the singles athletes do need to sign each other's cards. For unified pairs, both the unified partner and the athlete for each unified pair that you play with will need to sign every card. So it's not just the unified pair, or the unified partner rather, that needs to sign. It's both the athlete and the partner need to sign this. After you have signed the scorecard and had it attested by your opponent, by them signing your card, you'll turn it into the results table at your assigned course. Awards will be held after each session when a division completely finishes and scoring is completed. Please stay close by to avoid any delays. What we have found in the past is as long as people kind of hang out near the score table so they can hear when we're doing our divisions, it goes pretty quick. So like I said, we'll start the awards once we have a full completed division, and it'll be a rolling awards while additional scores are being calculated for other divisions. All spectators that want to come watch the athletes must maintain a 50 feet distance from those athletes playing the course. Another reminder, if you're driving a golf cart, whether it be as a unified partner or a caddy, you must be 18 years old with a valid driver's license. There will not be any golf carts available for spectator use, so spectators should plan to walk the course. This one is one that we get pretty often at our tournaments, and unfortunately we'll not be providing golf carts to spectators this year. So please plan, if you have spectators coming, they should be comfortable walking the course, following along. They can stay on the cart path and watch you from a distance. but they will not be able to use a cart to get around. Another quick information about the Raymond Memorial Golf Course as it relates to hole number 14. So if you are playing in one of the sessions at Raymond Memorial and are on the back nine, for hole number 14, we have a slight modification. So the course had some vandalism done earlier this year, and they're still cleaning up from that and getting it back to full working order. And as such, the green cannot be played as designed. So if you are, whether a unified pair or a singles golfer, and you're playing that hole, hole number 14 on the back nine at Raymond, you'll actually add an automatic 2-putt to your score once your ball goes towards the green, on the green there. So you'll play the hole like you would typically play it, but rather than putting, you'll just get an automatic 2-putt added to your score. That's for anyone that is playing that hole. You are not permitted to play it out and try to putt or anything like that. You must take the automatic 2-putt. As it relates to the scheduling of our sessions, so it's session 1, check-in and warm-up, will begin at 7:15. We'll have a brief opening ceremony prior to the 8 a.m. start time at both courses. So whether you are playing over at Wilson at the 8 a.m. start time or at Raymond, there will be a opening ceremony at each course. So we're able to start our session right first thing in the morning. There will not be a ceremony before the afternoon sessions. It'll only be that 8 o'clock session at each course. 10 a.m. We'll have the meal service open up. So both caddies, singles golfers, unified partners, and athletes and unified pairs will receive a lunch ticket. That service is all happening over at Raymond Memorial. So if you're playing at the Wilson Road course, you can either come before your session, if you're playing in that afternoon session, and grab a lunch and drive over to Wilson, or after you're done playing, you can come by and grab your lunch. We do encourage you to take your lunch. You don't necessarily need to eat it there if you don't want, but we are expecting you to eat as part of the tournament. So that will start at 10 a.m. That's inside the clubhouse at Raymond Memorial. The lunches will consist of a turkey or ham sandwich, a bag of chips, a cookie, and a drink. The session 2 check-in and warm-up is at 10:15 over at the Wilson Road Golf Course, because we actually are able to start our second session over at Wilson at 11 a.m. So then for session 2 over at Raymond, that check-in will be at 11:15. We have to start about an hour after, just due to the pace of play on that course. So session 2 then will begin at 12 p.m. Something else to note is for our driving range for warm-ups, we only have a driving range over at Raymond Memorial Golf Course. So you are more than welcome to come over prior to your round and hit any warm-up balls on the range there. Unfortunately, over at Wilson Road, they do not have a driving range to be able to accommodate anything like that. So if you are playing over at Wilson, feel free to come to Raymond, warm up, and then you'll be able to drive over to Wilson Road. I keep saying drive over because it is more likely that you'll want to drive over to Wilson Road. While you could walk, it's quite a bit of a haul if you're walking from Raymond. So we do recommend you do drive over in a car. So a couple other kind of reminders here. When it relates to getting to the golf courses, there's quite a bit of construction happening around Raymond Memorial Golf Course on Trabue Road. So if you use your GPS, which I would highly recommend everyone do, just for the sake of navigating around the traffic, you'll be probably routed over to Wilson Road which can get you to the Wilson Road golf course, or you could then take Wilson Road to Trabue to get to Raymond. There are signs that say road closed ahead, things like that, when you are going on Trabue, but you will be able to go by those signs and turn into the golf course parking lot right before the road is actually closed. So just keep that in mind as you're planning your travel. If you're coming in off I-70, you'll get off at the Wilson Road exit and follow those instructions. If you're trying to come in off 33 to Trabue, you will not be able to go right through. They may reroute you through a neighborhood, which can come around, and there's it's a little bit of a detour. The navigation apps will probably do that if you're coming from that direction. But just to be safe, I would highly suggest that you just plan to come in off I-70 to Wilson Road. But use those navigation apps. They're normally pretty good about getting you around those detours and those road closures. As it pertains to check-in, so check-in this year is going to be a little different than it's maybe been at some previous years. So if you are the head of delegation for your team, your delegation, I ask that you show up prior to any of your athletes, either warming up or things like that, and come and sign off that you have the medicals on your person. So you'll have to show our staff member that you have those medicals and sign off on that sheet. Is only the requirement for head of delegations. So head of delegations come, they show us the medicals that athletes are prepared and ready to go with that. You sign off on that piece. All other check-in will be done by the golfers themselves. We recognize that people show up at different times for their sessions, and because we have two different courses, and in some cases only one HOD, it's hard to be at both courses at the same time, right? So at each course, athletes and unified partners for unified pairs and singles will be able to go, and they'll have to check in at the table. They will get their official scorecard at the time, which will list their starting hole for the shotgun. That starting hole also then will correlate to the same number of the golf cart that they should grab. So the golf carts will be labeled with the starting holes. If there's 3 people on hole 5, there will be 3 golf carts that say 5. You can take any one of those, but do not take a golf cart. Excuse me. If you are on, say you're on hole 3, don't take a golf cart that's labeled 5. Right? They'll be labeled for those holes as they're marked on your official scorecard. Also at check-in, when the athletes, whether singles, caddies, and unified partners and unified and athletes for unified pairs, when they check in, they'll also receive their meal tickets for the day. What they'll also receive is a little athlete gift that we've put together for everyone. So if you're a singles golfer, you'll receive that gift. If you are a unified pair, both the unified partner and the athlete will receive that gift. So you'll get that at check-in. I think you'll enjoy the gifts this year. They're pretty nice. So meal tickets, official scorecard, and that athlete gift. Once you check in, then you are free to go put your stuff on your cart and get ready for your round. But so again, just as a reiteration, athletes and unified pairs, you can go check in at your course that you are playing at directly. HODs must check in at Raymond Memorial and sign off on those medicals. If you're an HOD and you only have athletes playing at Wilson Road, you still have to come over to Raymond Memorial and sign off on the medical form that we have. If you have any other questions as it pertains to the competition, feel free to reach out to me as soon as you can via email. My email is zcarley@SOOH.com. at SOOH.org. You can also give me a call if you would like, 614-239-7050, extension 201. And I'd be happy to try to answer any questions you have prior to the tournament. We hope that you enjoy the tournament this year. We've grown quite a bit with our golf programming, and we're looking forward to having it at this new course this year to accommodate that growth. So there will be some water and things like that throughout the course as we've had in the past. So I encourage you to take that as we drive it around and hand those out as well. We'll have volunteers, spotters throughout the course as you typically have at your regional tournament as well. Just please be kind to those volunteers. They're there showing up, volunteering their time and commitment to our program. So please be kind to them, and we look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Thanks.